Hey, what is going on, everyone? This is Greg, your co-host to the Grilling to Get Away podcast. Welcome back. It's hard to believe we're on episode 17 already. We started this podcast back in January, and we've released new episodes each week. So this is our 17th week of doing this, which is kind of crazy. But this week we talk about something that you might have heard about. If you're cooking meals, they're called leftovers. Apparently that, if you have food left over after a cook, you can use those again. So Ben and I really share some of our favorite leftover meals from some of the recent cooks that we've done, especially, when you do large cooks at holidays like Easter and for us like St. Patty's Day. You might have some meat and things left over. So we talk about how we like to use some of those leftovers in other meals throughout the week. And we start the podcast talking about delivering a grill to the Veterans Outreach of Wisconsin, which is the tiny homes, tiny villages here in Wisconsin where they help some local veterans get back on their feet by providing them with a home and some stability and stuff. So we did a fundraiser for them earlier this year. When we went to visit the site, we saw that their grilling area could use an upgrade. So we delivered a grill to them, and we talk about that at the beginning of this episode. So we just want to say thank you to all of our followers and supporters who helped donate and share that message over the last month to help us raise that money to buy them a new grill. And we delivered it last week to them, and they were really grateful. So thank you again to everybody that listens and supports and was able to share that message. Again, you can always find out what we're up to at events and fundraisers like that, because we do a lot of fundraisers for veterans on our website, burnpitbbq.com. We send out a weekly newsletter as well with recipes, tips, and things that we're doing, so you can always sign up for a newsletter there too. But so we get back into this week with some leftover talk, and again, we appreciate you all. If you're finding value, please continue to like and subscribe and share this podcast with those that that might be grillers or barbecuers, or people just like to listen to us talk. So I appreciate you all, and here you go, leftovers. Oftentimes, life is demanding, stressful, and just won't stop. When needing to take a break, we like to light up the charcoal and crack open a cold one. The Grilling to Get Away podcast is an ongoing conversation about all things barbecue and grilling, from our backyard to yours. So if you sometimes don't know what the heck you're doing, if you like to learn, and if you don't take yourself too seriously, you're in the right spot. Hey, what is going on, everyone? This is Greg, your co-host to the Grilling to Get Away podcast, and I'm here with my buddy
Ben. Back again.
Ben, we're back again. It's good to see you, man.
Good to see you too.
Yeah, it's been a few days actually since we last saw each other, huh?
Yeah. Since Monday? Is it Monday?
Yeah,
so couple days. But yeah, Greg. So before, we got a lot to talk about here, but
okay.
Kind of before we get too far into it, I really want to dive into what you were able to accomplish this week. I'd say it's a big win for many people.
What did I do? I don't know what you're talking about. I'm a little scared right now.
You shouldn't be. No, it was Monday.
What did we do on Monday?
I want you to talk about kind of your process through the whole thing and going out, and we donated a grill.
Oh yeah,
to the Veterans Outreach. So it all started
with you. Now it's coming back.
Yeah, it all started with you, man. You made a delivery, or you stopped out there and saw that their setup out there was trash, right? And could use some help. And you single-handedly took it upon yourself to start raising money and doing fundraisers to donate a grill to veterans in need, which is pretty cool, man. So talk to us about that just for a minute before we dive into this, because it's a really good story.
Yeah,
I think our awesome listeners need to hear this, because you really took this on your shoulders, and I want them to know like kind of what you did. So,
well, yeah, I appreciate that.
Yeah.
It's only been a few days. I completely forgot. I was like, I don't know what he's talking about.
On to the next one.
Yeah, so we did a fundraiser back in February. We were raising money for Veterans Outreach of Wisconsin, which here locally is a Veterans Tiny Village, so tiny homes. So veterans in need can go and apply to live within this village of these tiny homes. So we did a fundraiser for them, and we raised about $300 through a pizza donation type of fundraiser, working with a local restaurant here
for Valentine's Day.
For Valentine's Day, Chubby's Pizzeria in Racine. They made a nice barbecue chicken pizza with our stuff on it, our sauce, and we donated a portion of all proceeds of those sales to the Veterans Outreach of Wisconsin. So once we delivered the check to them, they gave us a tour of the facilities and the grounds, and they actually were in need of a new grill. They have some pretty good cooks there, from what I understand, some good cooks and grillers, and so we saw that, and they're like, well, we were just going to use part of this donation that you're giving us now to buy a new grill. And of course, I was like, no way, that's not what that's that wasn't the intention. So I told them to keep the $300 that we raised for whatever use that they needed, but we would then take care of raising additional money for a new grill for them. So we spent about a month reaching out to people that listen to our podcast, to people who follow us on social media, and and we had about a dozen people donate, and in addition to that, we gave a portion of our sales to them, and we bought them a new grill, a Green Mountain grill. It was the Ledge pellet smoker, and we delivered
with a cover
because it was outside.
And it was raining when we delivered it. So it was. Good thing we had the cover.
Raining / snow. Yeah. So we were able to, and again, thankfully, a lot of our followers are very passionate about giving back to the veteran community as well. So it was a no-brainer for us to, give back to them, give the residents something new that they could cook on. Because, that's why we do this podcast and why we started this business is we, grill to get away. Yeah. And sometimes,
as an outlet, right?
Yeah. And we know that, you can have some pretty good times and memories over a nice, meal, especially cooking it over a fire and, in that case now over some pellets. But they do have a charcoal grill there too. They have a Weber already. So we felt like we need to get them something that was a little bit more versatile. So we went with the pellet smoker as well.
Yeah, definitely something a little bigger too, because they've got, quite a few people that live there, so now they can do bigger cuts of meat and stuff like that, and that should work out pretty well for them. So awesome, man. Yeah, great job. That's a big win, right?
So, that's part of what we do here is continue to give back to the veteran community through fundraisers, through donating portions of our sales. So that's always something we're gonna be doing. So thanks for bringing that up. I completely forgot. I was like, I don't know where he's going with this one, but
no. So like I said, great job. That's awesome. It's gonna be great for them, and hopefully they can use it to get away for a bit, spend some quality time with each other too, and hopefully we get invited back for some kind of a competition cook or something.
Yeah, they reached out a few days later and said again, thanks for dropping it off, but they said that they're probably gonna do like a cook-off this summer with their residents, and we might be some guest judges when they do that. So
hopefully we get invited back.
Yeah.
Be awesome.
Yeah, no, but hopefully they enjoy it. And again, if you listen and you were one of the ones that follow us and donated, we appreciate your help with that.
Yeah, thank you so much. So, all right, let's get this kicked off. Greg, what are we drinking today?
We're going back to the Pabst Blue Ribbon. We're doing the tall boys again here.
Yeah, this has been a staple during our friendship for the entire time.
Yep. Based off of Blue Ribbon.
Classic.
All right. Oh, these are nice and cold.
Yeah, they're fresh.
They hit good.
Yeah. Cheers, man.
Cheers.
These are good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Always good.
Hits the spot right
sure
away.
Does. Can't go wrong with a good PBR.
Well, it was a good podcast.
I guess we're done.
All right. Well, so what are we talking about today? Well, I guess before we jump into that, did you cook anything over the past, week or so?
Yeah, man. Kept it simple. Went with some brats. I poked a few holes in them and soaked them in some beer.
Okay.
And with some onions, and put that on the grill for a while, for about 40 minutes. Mm-hmm. Just nice, let them smoke and stuff. And then I pulled them off and put them right over the coals for a quick, let them char up a little. And then, turned out good. I've never I've soaked them, but I've never poked them like that. So
Okay.
Yeah, just use like some skewers.
Yeah.
And yeah, just stuck a few holes and kind of just a little bit different of a game changer, right? Just something new to try. So I'd recommend it.
What kind of beer did you use?
Just a Coors Light.
Okay, so like water.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah,
I mean, just enough to get the flavor in there, just a kick to it, and yeah, like I said, I didn't want to go with something like too good, Greg. Save the good stuff for me. So.
Okay, yeah, that's true.
Yeah. So, what about you? Did you throw anything on?
I'm gonna be honest here, Ben.
I
didn't get to it this week.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah,
that's okay.
I didn't get a chance to get away. A lot of stuff happening here with the family, a lot of sports, a lot of stuff going on this past week. We're getting into heavy baseball and soccer season, so
sure are,
juggling a lot of that stuff.
End of school, lots going on with that too, man.
So such as life, as much as I would love to have gotten out there
every single
day, yeah. I did not get a chance. So
I told you we should have tested that grill out before we dropped it.
Yeah, right. Yeah, we should have seasoned it. Yeah,
we're just helping them out, man.
Yeah, but I guess that is a good point. I had a chance to get out and put together a grill because we made sure that we put it together for him before we dropped it off, and I got to learn how to put together a pellet grill.
Nice. Well, it's first for everything, right? So
I
guess you'll also have to double down next week.
Yeah, I got some good ideas.
Sure.
And I happened upon a sale of some Kingsford charcoal at Lowe's.
Didn't want to share.
I'm sorry, it was a spring of the moment type of thing.
Did you grab some extra ones?
I grabbed like 10 bags.
Yes. So we're stocked for
we'll be good
for 2 weeks.
We'll be good for a couple weeks.
Yeah, good.
But yeah, so again, we're not affiliated with Lowe's anyway, unless you know somebody. But yeah, I just happened upon that sale. It was kind of a spur of the moment, and I apologize and not let you know about it.
That's all right. Well, next time
I'll
Hey, they say an elephant never forgets. So keep that in mind.
Yeah. So I'm gonna make sure to get out there. I still got that venison roast I want to do.
Yeah.
And I got some nice beef ribs in the freezer that I've been meaning to do too.
All right.
So looking to get those out here soon.
Yeah, yes. Hopefully we're turning the corner with the weather and stuff.
Yeah, it's either 40 or raining or it's 70 and sunny, depending on the day.
Yep. Just kind of keeps going back and forth. But that's all right, man. Like I said, hopefully we're getting in the clear and it'll be sunny and grilling every day. That'd be not that we mind the grill in the rain, but it's it feels like we're so close.
It'd be nice to actually be out there when there's a little bit of sun and a little warmth to it. All right, man. Well, I'll make sure to get something on the grill this week, but such is life. Sometimes we don't get to do it.
Yeah, that's how it goes.
Yeah. So. All right, man. What do we want to talk about today? I think we're going to be because we're coming off a big kind of holiday with a lot of meat and food. Sometimes when you cook a lot, like we cook for our families, there might be something called leftovers. It doesn't happen too much, but when it does, we like to. Come up with creative ways to use it, right? So
absolutely, yeah.
So Ben, did you have any leftovers from your Easter cook?
Sure did, yeah. We did that. Did the spiral ham, and had quite a bit left over. So, which was I love having the leftovers. I honestly do. I get so jacked about it and stuff, and depending on how much is left, I like to do kind of feed off of it and do at least one or at least two additional kind of cooks, with it if I can.
Okay. So I guess I'll back up just a little bit. So the first leftovers, do you ever have like leftover coals in your grill? Like when you're done cooking and you still got some, coals that are, looking pretty good. Leftovers that you might not want to use. Or you might want to
save for later. Sure.
So what's a way that you try and save those?
Honestly, man, it just depends. If it kind of depends on how soon I'm planning on grilling again.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'll just kind of leave them in the grill.
Yeah.
That's typically just kind of I'll shut the vents.
Cut the airflow off.
Yeah, let them cool off.
Mm-hmm.
It kind of depends too. On like what it is.
Yeah.
I think if you're using like the hardwood, that's not necessarily like as easy to save.
Yeah.
Compared to like the charcoal, if you're using briquettes,
it's smaller pieces maybe.
Yeah. It's at that point they're kind of done, right? So, but yeah, with that, again, man, try and save what you can, right?
Save as much as you can, yeah. And that's why I brought it up, because that was actually one thing I didn't learn right away. I just let my coals burn out, and then start fresh next time. But when you're using it and you're cooking and try to save a little bit, if you cut that airflow off and there's still quite a bit of fuel left in their chunks or whatever, you can actually save that, like, because it cuts the airflow, it cools down, and it actually saves them so they're not burning anymore.
Right.
So that's a tip that I learned not too long ago, that I actually use quite a bit now.
Yeah, no, I've
actually saved me quite a bit of
absolutely
charcoal.
Yeah. So will you put them right back in the chimney then to restart it, or do you just put your new coals on top of those ones?
Yeah, it depends on like how big the chunks are. Like you said, like if it's if I have like a pile going and maybe it is more the finer types of lump charcoal, then I'll just leave it and I'll put my new coals on top of it after they're after they're lit. But if I have some of the leftovers that are bigger chunks, I'll put those in the bottom.
Okay.
Of my chimney when I start up the next time.
Yeah, no, that's fair. Yeah, I'll use just kind of a stick from outside and kind of tap around a little bit, get some of that old ash off and stuff. And then
good old trusty stick.
Yeah, the magic one. Then
the meat stick.
The meat stick. Yeah. And then coals are they're ready to go, and it's like they're brand new, Greg.
Yeah.
Keep them going.
Yeah. Tip by Ben.
Sure. I no shame in it and stuff. I do what you got to do.
Right.
Save a buck here and there and get a second cook out of them. Absolutely. I'm all for it.
For sure. Good. Yeah. So, that was a game changer for me when I just started closing the vents and saving that stuff. So now with your ham, you got leftover ham. Do you freeze it? Like, what do you use? Like, what do you do, next with your ham typically?
It depends. Honestly, I ask the family what they want. I use it for, there's times where we've done, split pea soup afterwards.
Ooh.
Which is awesome because, that I'll just do like on the stove or typically on the stove for that.
Sure.
And just throw the whole, like the bone in there, right? And just let it soak in there. Yeah, absolutely. And it, it still has a good smoky flavor to it because everything from the meat and stuff. So, I've also done like kind of, like a bean soup, ham and bean.
Ham and bean.
Yep. My mom, when I was a kid, my mom used to make this vegetable soup with, like it was like a cheesy vegetable soup.
Okay.
And, and she never had meat in it. It was always like just vegetables.
Oh, yeah, vegetable soup. Yeah.
Yeah.
No
but
meat.
It was like a cheesy vegetable soup.
Okay.
Right. So, and then I was just like, man, I got to throw some ham in there and get some meat going. So I was like, it's a win-win. Yeah. It's cheesy. It's got vegetables and ham. So you can't go wrong.
Yeah. This is the first I'm hearing about this one, Ben. I might have to ask for a sample next time you do it.
Yeah, sure. Sure, any kind of freebies, right?
Saving coals.
Every penny counts, doesn't it?
That's right, buddy.
Yeah. It was.
Do you make like a big batch then and freeze like some? And
typically I don't freeze it, Greg. I just gotta let it ride until it's gone, and have it for like lunches.
Okay.
And, if the kids want to take it to school, like heck yeah. Take it to school, man. Yeah,
okay.
Let the other kids smell that smoke.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, the teachers come by. What is that?
Whoa. Yeah, man. So, I can't say enough. I love having kind of the leftovers, especially like the ham and stuff. But even eggs the next day.
Eggs and ham.
I just use it until it's gone.
Yeah,
I
sure.
typically don't freeze much, but I know you kind of use that sometimes, don't you?
Yeah, I mean, if I'm doing like a big bone-in ham and we're just doing it for the 5 of us, typically, we'll probably only go through like a quarter of that. And so then I'm slicing up the rest and we're freezing some, we're putting some in the fridge.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, we typically, I'm just crushing ham sandwiches after that. Yeah. So, maybe I'll warm it up on the cast iron on the stove a little bit, maybe put a little bit more seasoning on it.
It's like Canadian bacon.
Right. Yeah. And then, maybe I'll make an egg sandwich with it, for breakfast. I made one of those for the kids this week and they loved it.
Yeah.
A little toast, little eggs, little cheese, little, ham on the cast iron.
Sounds spoiled, Greg.
Hey,
kids have it real well, don't they?
Yeah.
Eat good.
Yeah. Hey, Ben's paying for this. Eat up. But yeah, I mean, that's pretty much we're keeping it real simple with the ham. We'll freeze some if we have a bunch, and then we'll you'll do ham sandwiches. My son Everett today, he heated some up. He before school, they love having hot lunches from home at school.
Oh,
so we bought them a couple of those thermoses.
Yeah, where you just load it up
with meat. Yeah. So he'll heat up the meat in the morning, cut it up, and then he'll dump it into the thermos.
Oh yeah.
And then you'll have it for lunch at school.
Like that? You smell that?
You smell that?
Yeah, my daughter's done that with ribs before.
Oh yeah.
I'm so proud. Absolutely, sweetheart.
Yeah.
I love you so much. Here you go.
Put the bone in there too.
Oh yeah. Get in there.
So she's pulling out the bone.
Pulling it out and just
Oh, nice.
Comes home and always has just a little bit of barbecue sauce on her face.
On the side.
Okay.
No, that's awesome. Yeah, I mean, our kids are the same way. They could throw some meat in a thermos and keep it warm through the day. They pull that bad boy out at lunchtime, and some of the teachers come over, and then this is Burn Pit.
Yeah. Oh man, yeah, I love it. Like I said, you can't go wrong with some solid leftovers. And there's again, you can be as creative as you want to with it. I'll be honest, we still have a touch left. I'm gonna make another kind of probably small batch of mac and cheese with it and put that in, and then I'm gonna throw it the new tins we got. I'm gonna test those out and put it on the grill. So kind of smoke it for a little and give it that kiss of smoke there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we got some new tins from a company out in California called Fig and Leaf. They're more of a sustainable type of company to send us some products to try out. So I actually cooked my ham in those over the weekend.
Okay.
Over Easter, yeah. So I threw the ham in one of those tins and it held up real well.
Nice.
So.
Good. Yeah.
So we still got some testing to do, but it seems like a pretty decent product.
Yeah. I'm excited to try them out and stuff.
Yeah.
Gonna, like I said, just pop some mac and cheese together again with some of the leftover ingredients that I have from the bigger batch, and just toss this one on the smoker.
Yeah.
I got the we already smoked the ham, right? And I did get a little bit of we don't need to smoke everything. Everything doesn't need to be smoked. And, so for I that's fine. That's sure. But this time around, it's gonna be nice and smoky.
Nice,
you know what
smoky.
I mean? So looking forward to that. That's I think that's gonna be kind of my go-to this week. A cook that I want to put together. I've only done mac and cheese on the smoke. I did it on the grill once. Obviously, indirect and stuff, and I loved it. The kids liked it, so I add some ham to it, a little bit of meat, makes it. It's never made anything worse, right? So.
Right. Yeah, and I actually had some corned beef left over from St. Patty's Day, and I usually just kind of eat it with potatoes and carrots and stuff like that. But because it is more kind of like a brisket style, cut, I would just eat it like a brisket. So, traditional Texas style, you got a slice of white bread, you got some pickles, you got some raw onions, you throw it on a slab, you put it all together on a bread, you cut up a piece of cornbread or corned beef, you just throw it on there and kind of eat it like a down and dirty sandwich.
Nice. Yeah. You just did that?
When I had some of those leftovers from St. Patty's Day a few weeks ago.
Yeah. That's
heat it up just a little bit. Put it again, like I said, put it in the cast iron. Maybe put it.
Just
put a little bit of broth in there just to keep it moist a little bit. Heat it up a little bit and then throw it on a piece of bread. And,
nice.
Yeah, with some pickles and some raw onions and just eat it kind of like a brisket slice.
That's not bad, man. That's well, there's another recipe for the book, right?
Right. Yeah.
Get writing.
What do you do? I know you do a lot of chicken.
I do, a lot of chicken.
And you usually buy the big family pack, so you have some leftovers intentionally.
Yeah, that's usually more for obviously on purpose for meal prep, just to kind of get ready for the week and stuff.
Yeah.
That we'll use that quite a bit. We'll do some chicken tacos, or quesadillas.
Yeah.
The kids love the chicken and the cheese quesadillas. We'll do just wraps for lunches and stuff, throw it in salads or whatever. I love that smoked chicken taste to it. It's a reason to have meat during the day for lunches or dinners, and it just kind of gets you ready for the week. But we've used it for soups. Easy meals, right? It's just most of the time we'll shred it after I pull it off. So you can just throw it in whatever and it's kind of pretty much ready to go.
Yeah. I do I like to do that too because even if I'm not eating chicken that day, but I'm cooking something else on the grill, like I'll just throw a couple breasts on there so I have them throughout the week.
Right.
And pretty similar. Maybe we'll make some chicken salad out of it. You know?
Yeah.
Otherwise, maybe we'll just do some easy wraps. You know, or my kids love chicken quesadillas as well. So chop them up, throw them on.
Yep. Dip them in ranch. Smother them.
Yeah.
Yep.
Or sometimes I've taken some of them and then coated them with some breadcrumbs and almost like chicken nuggets. But,
sure.
Only if I'm feeling a little frisky.
Sure, absolutely, yeah. You have to be in the mood, right?
Oh yeah. Okay, what else are some big leftover meals that you usually when you're throwing on the grill or smoker?
I like pulled pork.
Yeah, pork.
That's a big one, right? Like
that's a good point. Yeah,
your butts, your shoulders.
Yeah. How are you? Obviously, it tastes real good, moist when it's coming off.
Yep.
So how are you reheating it once you want to have a sandwich or whatever? Like how are you reheating that pork?
Well, as you know, I do enjoy it with the sauce.
Yep.
So, typically I'll sauce it and then heat it up that way. Because if I'm just doing a sandwich, I'm just heating up a small amount.
Sure.
And honestly, if I'm just doing a sandwich, I'm probably not going to heat it up. I'm just going to dive in.
It's already cooked. It's
good. It's ready. It's just waiting for me.
Yeah.
So, I don't mind it cold and stuff. And with that too, I've used that in mac and cheese, not just kind of on the stove like mac and cheese, but the homemade recipe still. But like I said, I've only done the mac and cheese on the grill the one time, so that'll be something that it's gonna be a go-to. It's the kids love the mac and cheese. It's a big staple in our house, but we typically with those we tend to have quite a bit left over.
Okay.
What about you? What do you do with it? How do you heat it up?
Yeah, so I
little broth?
No, actually, I love my cast iron for this.
You use the cast iron a lot.
The cast iron,
that's cool. I don't use it as much as you do, or as much as I'd like to.
Right.
I need to break it out a little more.
Yeah, I mean I love it. It's easy. It's an easy clean too. So basically, I'm doing it on the stove. I'm busting out the cast iron, and I'll maybe put a little bit of olive oil just so it doesn't stick. Maybe some butter or something like that, but. And then I'm going to heat up a little bit, and then I'm going to put some sauce on it because I like my pulled pork with some sauce.
Yeah.
So I'll sauce it up just a little bit as it's heating up there, and then I'll just scrape it off and from the cast iron and put it on some buns, and we're ready to go. So again, it's a nice and easy, quick way, and I think the cast iron is still, you're not doing it on what are those like the telephane or whatever, like those pans that have all that. So you're doing it on the cast iron, so I think you're still getting a good char too, like a little bit of char with the sauce and stuff, and so
it doesn't take too long either. It heats up pretty quick.
Oh no, yeah, it heats up pretty quick within probably 5-10 minutes. You're done. You're putting it on the bun, and it's just like it came off the smoker.
Yeah, it still has a good flavor to it. Yeah, man. No, I like that. I like that idea and stuff, and probably one that I'll have to steal. How many cast iron, how many cast iron pans do you have?
I got two. I got one is a flat bottom, just like your traditional style.
Flat bottom
one.
Yeah, it's probably your favorite.
No, because the second one has ridges.
Okay.
It's a cast iron with the ridges on the bottom that kind of emulate a grill. So you get nice grill marks.
Nice. There you go.
Even though you're using cast iron.
Sure.
So I like that, especially if it's maybe a little too cold or I'm not doing a big meal where I need to bust out the grill or whatever. I can just use that cast iron on the stove and still get, a nice grill marks. It looks good, but then it also has a nice char because the cast iron cooks a lot better than your traditional pans.
Yeah, kind of tricks your mind a little bit.
Yeah. Those ones are a little bit more challenging to clean because it got the ridges and stuff, so it takes a little bit of time and effort afterwards, but it's definitely worth it. So that's the one I like to use the most, but obviously the flat one is with the flat bottom is easier to clean, and I can just whip it out, throw whatever I want on there and then clean up real fast.
I thought you were supposed to let your meat cook on top of your other meat.
What do you mean?
More like the grill, just kind of
just stack it.
Well, I mean, you obviously you clean the meat out and stuff, but kind of there's always a little bit left in there. And you just
I mean,
keep cooking it with this.
Yeah, I guess with the grill, it's probably outside and not in my kitchen.
Sure.
But yeah, I mean, when I'm cleaning my cast irons, it's just warm water and then steel. Yeah, but no, yeah, I could just let it crust up, but with the cast iron, it's a lot different, like because it all stays there, it doesn't go to the bottom, it doesn't go through the grates, man. I know you're just giving me a hard time.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, I mean that's probably the go-to for pulled pork is the cast iron, and actually do that quite a bit because usually you're doing like 8 to 10 pound. Shoulder, and you got a ton of leftovers. Yeah.
A lot of options with that.
Yeah, I mean, those are some of the biggest ones that we have, and I'm sure there's like millions of different options out there too.
Yeah, absolutely.
We could go on all day about types of leftovers, but I think those are the big ones. Unless you have anything else that was on your mind of leftovers that you routinely do that you like to share.
No, I don't think so. I think those are kind of the main ones that are like my go-to. I think kind of my biggest takeaway was, before when I first kind of started, I was like, what am I going to do with this, right? Like, I've got all this meat and I'm just going to keep eating the meat like by itself. Yeah. It's like, no, I can incorporate it into different things. So it's like, after like 5 straight days of ham, you get, the ham sweats and you're just like, oof, I don't know if I can eat ham anymore. And, I mean, it's probably could. But no, it's just the kind of a different way to mix it up and stuff, and to
that's a really great point. Is like the creativity of smoking and grilling doesn't stop once you're done with that cook. Because if you have leftovers, I mean, you can use that in any number of different ways and still be delicious because you get that smoky flavor, that grill flavor, and you can put it in with a traditional type of dish and just add a level of flavor that you didn't get before.
Yeah, it definitely changes the dynamic, doesn't it?
Yeah. It makes you also think a lot while you're cooking. Like, okay, what if I have leftovers? What can I do afterwards?
Yeah, absolutely.
And plan a little bit more in advance.
Planning. Right?
It's all about the planning.
It sure is. And some of those, like you said before, I mean, some of the best things that come out, you're just like, what do I have? So what do we have to work with?
What do we have to work with here? Yep. How can I make this leftover here taste real good that my kids are going to eat it going to eat ham the 3rd day in a row?
Yeah. Trick them just enough to believe like, oh, well, this is cool, Dad. This is something new and different.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Sure is, buddy.
You're welcome.
Well, good, man. Well, we're coming up on time. And again, we could go all day with leftovers and stuff. Yeah. If you have any leftovers that you enjoy, really, feel free to reach out to us. You can send us a message on our social media pages and stuff, Burn Pit BBQ. Let us know how you're cooking your leftovers when you have them. Any tips or tricks, that would be awesome. But what any cooks you got coming up this week?
Yeah, like I said, I'm going to try doing the mac and cheese.
Okay, so you're gonna do that.
That's my plan.
Nice.
It's the goal.
Good. And like I said, I'm gonna pull that venison roast out, and I'm going to do it.
Okay, I'm gonna hold you to it.
Yeah, I keep saying it, and I owe some people some advice on. So hopefully it turns out well, and the next time we talk. But I'm gonna do that. I got some ideas.
We'll tell you what to do instead.
Yeah. Yeah, so if I mess it up, I'll let you know what I did wrong, or at least what I think I did wrong.
Yeah. Sure.
But no, I have high hopes that it's going to be good.
I'm sure it will be.
All right, man. Well, any last parting words of wisdom for our listeners at all?
Yeah. I'd say definitely cook enough for leftovers. I'd love it. It's one of my things that keeps me going, because then it's that it's
meal prep
layer
easier.
Of creativity that you can throw out there and stuff, and you're still cooking, and you might not be out grilling to get away, but you're in the house cooking to get away a bit. So
yeah, it's a great point, man. You're just full of them today, man.
Yeah,
you're on another level.
Yeah,
it was 420 yesterday, huh?
Come on, man. You're the one who called into work today.
Yeah, I call into work every day.
I know you do. We're gonna have to talk about that off the air, but no, just like I said, make extras. It's worth it.
Sure.
So,
well,
what about you? Anything last closing comments, Greg?
No, man, I'm just saying, like, don't feel the pressure to get out there if you can't. Even I have weeks that I just want to be out there, but other things take priority, and I look for opportunities, like Ben said, to get away in the kitchen and maybe use some of those leftovers and make and create some dishes that my family is going to enjoy. So even though I can't get out and fire up the grill, I can still take some time in the kitchen to put together some good stuff my family's going to enjoy.
Absolutely, man. Well said. So we want to thank everybody again. It was a big week, for us, for the Veterans Outreach of Wisconsin and stuff, donating the grill. I mean, that takes a lot of work and a lot of effort, so great job on your end, putting that all together. And
my pleasure.
Thank you to everybody who donated. Again, we can't thank you enough for allowing us to take on that opportunity and to make it happen. So thanks again for listening, and we appreciate having you all here.
Yeah, hopefully you're finding some value in these conversations and having some fun with us, having a beer with us. And if you are, please continue to like and subscribe and share this with your friends so we can continue to spread the word about barbecuing and grilling and how relaxing it might be.
Yep.
All right, well, I guess we'll sign up for this week. But Ben, thanks for being here. Thanks for the beers.
Absolutely, man. Thank you. We'll see you next week.
Cheers.
Take it easy.